Yo, what's going on, everyone? I hope you missed the fellas because we definitely missed y'all, man. We kind of took a little hiatus on y'all, didn't we? But, but the boys fresh off vacation, man. We ready to get going on this joint, man. We missed the game, man. It was time to get back in it, don't you think, fellas?
Yeah, it's been a little minute, man. Last time I was on camera like this, well, no, I was sweaty as hell at a soccer game, but before that, I was I was I think my Huskies had just lost the Natty, so yeah, it's good to be back.
What's good with you, T?
Man, not much, man. Back in the four. Do I want to be here? No, not really, but it is what it is.
Nah, man. For those that have been following us or haven't been caught up yet, me and the boys, the big three over here, we took a quick trip to Brazil for a little vacation, R&R, everything, good time, good vibes and everything. Definitely got some good content up on that right now. Check out Rant Corner for our reaction to hearing about Rookie of the Year, and then we also got a few things coming up shortly, but stay tuned on that because we definitely had a great experience at the soccer game, my bad, football game out there in Brazil. So, we definitely going to give y'all some good content on that. But look, man, we here to talk about this NBA playoffs because trust and believe, just because we was overseas doesn't mean we wasn't tuned in, man. We, as of right now, we wrapped up the first round of the NBA playoffs. We have in the Eastern Conference, we got the Detroit Pistons, the Sixers, the Knicks, and the Cavs all advancing to the second round. And on the West side, we got OKC, San Antonio, the Lakers, and the Timberwolves. But let's talk about these first rounds real quick because we had some interesting outcomes out of that joint. So I guess, and this is a open for a question. Who sees it ended with like the most disappointment? Is it the Boston Celtics, the Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets? Out of those three teams, who do you think had like the most disappointing season?
Denver.
I knew that was it.
Go
Let's I'm gonna break it down logically, right?
ahead, go
Starting
ahead.
the season, Jason Tatum's out, ACL. Nobody really expected much from Boston. A lot of people said Boston was a playing team. So
Hmm.
Boston being a two seed, yeah, their season ended disappointingly, blowing through in lead, but coming into the season, Boston didn't really have much expectations, right?
Right.
Houston, we knew they were going to be a mess as soon as Fred VanVleet injured himself. The lack of point guard play. Yeah, you would like to see them beat a hobbled Lakers team, but we knew once Kevin Durant um, didn't play in games 3 and 4 that they're pretty much done. It was a matter of time, right? And then, but Denver had championship expectations coming into the season. This roster was actually one of the better rosters that they've had. And then not only does DiVincenzo tear his Achilles, but then Anthony Edwards hyperextends his leg, and you lose game 4 when Edwards was injured. You lose that game to Ayo Dosunmu, who also got injured and missed games 5 and 6. And the way that Denver went out, like they just got flat out hustled, out gritted. Jokic didn't really step up to the mantle when it was time for him to, especially with the season on the line. You expect a guy like that, as much as
Yeah.
these dorks hype him up, you would think that guy, a top 10 player all time, that some of these dorks are saying that he is, would really, bring it back to a game 7. He wasn't able to do that. And shout out to Chris Finch in game 6. He ran a three big lineup with Gobert, Nas Reed, and Randall. And then he inserted Terrence Shannon to the lineup. That was a great coaching strategy. But that's why I said the regular season players get you through the regular season, but coaching and having one of those guys get you through the playoffs. And we saw the adjustments that he made. And yeah, Denver definitely to me was the most disappointing because they had real expectations all year. All this chirping that
Hmm.
we we uh, we were injured versus Oklahoma City last year. We could have beat them. Blah blah. We heard that noise all season. All season, and then for them to lay an egg against a Minnesota team who's had their number is disappointing to me. Like especially when the way that the media hypes up their guy. Because let's be real, when we saw Jokic, whether it's on Twitter, or chat, whatever. It ain't really about Jokic per se. Like
No.
he did he blow a 20-point lead in a game seven? Absolutely. Does he have some bad moments? Sure. Is his championship run kind of
Flukish. Yeah.
sure? But
Yeah.
end of the day, it is what it is. He's a three-time MVP. He's a champion, right? But the way that his fanboys try to put him in certain conversations that he doesn't belong in yet, and I don't
Hmm.
know if he'll get there because Denver might be cooked with the way their cap situation looking and some of their roster decisions they made.
Yeah.
Y'all are putting this man with Hakeem in Hakeem conversations and top 10 conversations off of one title. Like, why does the
And
standard change for this guy
see,
when we hold our
see,
other guys to much higher standards, right? I don't
see.
get it, bro.
At, not to cut you off, but you know how I feel about the Denver Nuggets championship. This is how I really feel about it. You know how everybody talks about the Lakers championship in the bubble, right? And how
Yeah.
everybody talks about the KD Warrior championships or whatever, right?
Hmm.
I hold all those three runs way higher than what Denver did that year. I don't give a fuck how people think about like how teams were constructed or scenarios and stuff like that. When you're talking about you have to be 2 8 seeds, a 4 seed that had to reassemble their roster on the fly because they made a huge trade in the middle of the season, and KD missed games, so they probably got maybe a higher seed if he was actually there for half the time once he got traded over to Phoenix. And then who else? Then there'd be a Lakers team who shout out to Brian getting that far, but we know like the Lakers overachieved that in that postseason.
That's some favorable matchups, when
Exactly.
Brandon Clark, then
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Warriors
And they
dysfunctional.
and they was almost a game away. They needed to win that game six because once Kerr made that adjustment, Lakers was struggling with that new lineup. So they really had to win that game six just to go over there and get beat the way they did by Denver. So again, that's why I'm like everybody is acting like Joker had like a Derek Nowinski type run when he got his first championship, along with some of these MVPs that we see, in which we always been on record. It's like honestly, if it wasn't because of like Embiid's health, he really only might have like one and a
One.
half, two, like
Yeah.
one. So again, it's like y'all need to pump the race because y'all already try to put him, like T said, a top 10 player, a top 12 player. When he's not, in my opinion, he's barely scraping top 20 because yes, he's offensively gifted as a center, but is he a he's a liability on defense, and then we gotta hold him accountable just how we held like Shaq accountable for all those sweeps he had when he was in Orlando and with that 1 year with the Lakers. We gotta hold Joker accountable too. He lost game seven at home by 20. You got beat by the same Wolves team that then had Ant on the floor and Dante on the floor. You got beat by Jaden McDaniels, who's really supposed to be the D and hustle in three guy, and he dropped more points than you on money time. You can't have a, and then we even can take it further and talk about what you did in the Olympics when you had a double digit league in the fourth quarter and y'all blew that lead away. All these has got to be brought up when we talking about these players' resumes because when you are that good, when you are that great, it's come to that point where you got to put everything on the table and nitpick between who's really better than who because we got based off these moments. And I refuse to let y'all slide these moments that Joker has come short in.
Sorry, not to cut you. I'm gonna say this, bro. There's no top 10 player who can be that much of a defensive liability when basketball is a two-way sport. I don't give a
Mm-hmm.
damn how great of a cold core offensive player he is. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot be an absolute cone on defense and be a top 10 player. Hell, a top 15 player. You like basketball is a two-way sport. We've seen this postseason that defense matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always matters.
Defense matters, bro. Like you cannot be that much of a defensive liability and be in
And we're
top
not
10
and
conversation,
we're not
bro.
even saying you have to be all NBA defense. You feel me? Like some of the people that we could say in top 10, not all of them were like have minimal or none damn near like all defensive teams first or second team. But they gave effort. They show resistance. You feel me?
And you start talking about the bigs, like Shaq's made all defensive teams, Hakeem's made all defensive teams. Obviously, Bill Russell, Will, Kareem,
Duncan,
like
Duncan,
Duncan,
all of them.
Yeah.
Robinson. Like we really don't go through the list of bigs. Like we can do that, but like you cannot be that much of a, especially at the center position. You can't be that much of a liability
You're
and
the
be in top
anchor.
10, top 15 conversations. Exactly. They're supposed to protect the paint, and like you said, McDaniels pretty much called out the whole Nuggets team. Like,
Oh,
Nuggets,
dang. Yeah, hey, that's one of the best like promos ever, dog. I'm just like, that's NBA playoff history right there. He called his shot. He made that shit,
Yeah,
dog.
all,
that was cool as shit. Yeah,
the analytics fanboys are really sick right now because Boston got bounced. They jacked up
Mm.
so many threes and they weren't hitting them. And then their boy Jokic is out of here, bro. Like, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know if
let
this is going to be a
that's
trend or
Boston.
something that's going to continue, but analytics ball is down bad right now,
It's
bro.
bad. It's bad basketball, man. Like when you come down, and I know we're gonna get into the East, but when you come down, and you got to know it's especially in a tight situation under 2 minutes, and you're down three or down five, you don't need to jack up a three. You can just run a set and get a quick two, or get to the paint, or get fouled. Like
yeah.
you don't need to jack up all these threes, and these threes are not in the flow of the offense, or at least in that game seven with Boston, they were not the last 3 or 4 threes were not in the flow of the offense. It was just
Yeah.
like, okay, run to the 3-point line and just and shoot a fadeaway three. That's not in the flow of the offense. The last one that was in the flow of the offense was the one that Peyton Pritchard missed in the left corner. That was the last one that was on the flow of the offense.
Mm-mm-mm.
Accidental basketball, man. Someone said it, it's true. These dudes are playing accidental basketball, bro. And when you can't hit
Yeah.
the threes or you can't get to the rim, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, man. I mean, like in that situation, you get a two, you get fouled, hit free throws. There's still enough time to play some defense, get the ball
Mm-hmm.
back. Maybe you can shoot a three then, or maybe you can get another two and then keep
Yeah.
and foul, extend the game. It's about this is situational awareness. But like with teams like Boston, teams like Denver, or like certain players, they don't operate in that
Mm-hmm.
in that aspect. It's all about okay,
And
I get 3.3 threes is like the highest amount of points that you can get. Just off of just shooting the basketball. Except without getting fouled or anything. So people think of like, oh, like run to the 3-point line, shoot. That's the best shot, but it's not always the best shot.
I mean, honestly, let's just get into it right now because it's time to we got to bring charges up on niggas, man. Cause let's start with Joe Mazzulla right here in this series. It's game 7, season on the line, and you went with that starting lineup to start the game.
Yeah, it was what Shireman,
Harper,
Harper,
and
Harper
Garza,
and
and
Garza,
Garza,
yeah, along
and
with
again
Brown and Pitcher, right?
Brown, Derek
Oh,
White.
Derek White, yeah, Derek White.
Yeah,
That's your
man.
starting lineup for game 7.
Missoula's had some questionable moments, bro, or some bad losses, bro. In 2023, they come back from 3-0, but you have a game 7 at home, and y'all just didn't have enough the game really wasn't that close, much money,
Nah,
right? So a lot of Celtics fans aren't happy about that one, right? The way they blew those leads with the Knicks last year, you could say, Knicks were a
yeah,
great fourth quarter team, but that's unacceptable, especially when you're defending champ. And
Yeah.
then blowing a 3-1 lead to Embiid, who's clearly not 100%,
yeah,
is not a good look either. Like Joe Mazzulla, we might look back at Joe Mazzulla's championship like Doc Rivers' championship if he's not careful.
Mm. Damn, I wish Corey was here for this.
damn,
Because damn.
yeah,
Because he's had some real questionable decisions or lost some games that they really shouldn't have lost or some
Nah.
series they really shouldn't have lost. And Boston, they're gonna have to make some decisions,
Uh,
make some tweaks to their
uh.
roster. So
And honestly, you could take it back to Ime because I know it was a different coaching area, but it's pretty much the same philosophy onward. And they lost to the Warriors like that. Like that was a series they shouldn't have lost. So nah, I mean that organization has to make some decisions. Schematic wise, not personnel wise, I think they're fine, but schematic wise, they gotta make some changes.
yeah, facts, man. Like we'll see what they got, man, because you have Tatum and Brown and Jalen Brown, man, get off Twitch, bro. Like this is not a good look, man. And then when he said
nah,
that this season was like the most satisfying, like not that you won a title, and you say that the year that Tatum's out, hmm, most of the season, and you're the guy, hmm. Not that I'm not gonna read too much into it, but the media are they were already doing it this
Yeah,
morning. You just gotta
yeah,
have more
they were.
self awareness that they're gonna spin what you say and take any
Yeah,
narrative to try to divide that team because they've been trying to divide that
Yeah.
Tatum Brown dynamic for a
last
minute.
the last 7 8 years they've been trying to do that.
hmm
Yeah,
I think eternally fine because that's something they've been dealing with probably since what that conference finals they made against probably since like that conference was against
2018,
Cleveland.
2019. Yeah,
Yeah, something like that. So they always because they pretty much play the same position. They almost play the same way. It's just to the public like Tatum's just a little bit better of a player than him, but don't even say JB gets his. I think it was just one of those things where it was just one just don't hit sin moments. It's like I feel like he really should. He's one of those people that feel like he has to be right. So of course he just has to go to the world and prove him that this was a foul, this is not a foul. Like homie, y'all was both teams was getting hold by calls in there because let's not forget you ran over Paul George and
yep.
shit, and they
Pushing
didn't
off
call
like
that.
shit. He was pushing off like shit, bro.
Both of them. And for people that saying it's not, understand this. We know what players are doing with the armbar. Okay, see, players they try to get downhill, you try to go downhill with the arm, and then if you're doing it right, you're not extending it. You just use your momentum and stop, and let the other player keep going forward, and then you get your shot. But what we seen from certain players outside, we're gonna get to him later, but outside Jalen Brown, they literally extend the arm and hoping that the ref don't see it or the ref just allows it, and then they go for the shot. You have been extending the arm. You and Tatum, matter of fact, have been doing it all series and they was calling it. So it was up to you to adjust that. Instead, you going on Twitch blaming the refs and everything. Y'all was up 3-1, homie. Jason Tatum was only out game 7.
And then when Embiid changed the series. I mean, first and foremost,
He
because
did.
he didn't
No,
play he didn't play the first 4 games. He came back in game 5, right? And since
game
that point
4.
on, he came back in game 4 when they
Yeah,
lost by 30.
yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
He had like a good game, but like they still like got dragged. That's when they was like, oh yeah, this series was over, like or whatever. But then like people forgot, and B had a good game, and then he just kept that
Yeah,
going the rest of the series.
yeah, not pretty much. I mean, and then they had opportunities. I mean, in game 5 to try to close out the series. I think Tatum and Brown combined for 2 points in the fourth quarter in game 5, and then
Mm-hmm.
game 6 was not really a blow. I mean, they won by like I think 15 points or whatever, but Philly had
The
control
game,
most of the
yeah,
game.
and then Tatum got
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah, and Tatum got hurt, and then game 7 was Philly got up. Philly had a lot of momentum, and then Boston came back, and then just at certain times, like Boston could have took over the game or could have put a dagger in Philly, but shots didn't fall, and then there were some shots that were forced. And then I think Philly just had the presence of mind, particularly Tyrese Maxey had the presence of mind to just I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna just jack up any shot. I'm just gonna go to the paint, get a layup, get fouled. I'm gonna put this on my back, knowing that Joel Embiid just knocked knees with somebody or just had a hard fall to the ground. Like,
And
all
B
right,
has the worst
big,
injury luck, son. Like,
yeah, big fella.
like
Yeah, because Maxie big fella, hobbling right now. I gotta take this over. So that's how it was. And then shout out to VJ for not shrinking under the lights either, and Paul George playing his role as well as Kelly Oubre too.
Yeah, man. And speaking of another 3-1 lead, we gotta talk about Detroit and Orlando because my lord, that game 6, bro. I knew when they
Man,
I knew when Detroit took the lead in
oh,
that game,
it
they
was
were gonna win.
it was some crazy game 6s in this first round. To it, it was some crazy game 6 this first round. But my bad,
When
go
Detroit
ahead,
took the
son.
lead, when Detroit took the lead, I knew they were gonna lose that game in the series, bro. Orlando's gonna lose that game in the series, bro. Mentally, they were cooked, bro. And quite
yeah,
honestly, they wanted Jamal Mosley gone. Like they played hard and they played well for most of the series, but when they lost the rope, when the rope started to get a little bit loosened,
Yeah,
they just didn't respond well. And when Paolo, I felt bad for Paolo in Game 7 because he showed up, but
by
nobody else did.
himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had a series, honestly, especially the last few games. Him and K was having a masterclass battle out there, and I respected that out of both of them.
yeah.
But your boy Ben Carroll, he found himself a little bit of a J this postseason. I tell you that he found himself a little bit of a J.
Yeah, but in the post game, he didn't really give like a ringing like vote of confidence in the coach if you
Nope.
read between the lines what
No,
he said. So I
Nope.
knew Moses was out of there.
Yeah.
And Orlando, they gotta fix their roster. As great as they are defensively, man, they just can't score.
my bad,
Okay,
Tika. I was just thinking about this, like, because Orlando is in that weird gray area. They're just in the middle of the pack, right? So if you're the GM in an Orlando Magic, what are you doing? Because it's not that much going on in free agency this year, and like you're gonna have to give us some capital, which you already did for Desmond Bain to get another star player in there. So is this how much time are you giving this current team before you say we just gotta make moves?
I think you have to All-Star break next year. Quite
Mm,
honestly, I feel like Orlando really should have tried to get into the Trae Young suit state. I think that would have been a good fit,
yeah,
especially if he can space the floor. Yeah. And, Kobe White's out there, but the Hornets have Kobe White bird rights, which is huge. We have his bird rights, so that might be a little bit difficult to make.
They
They're
re-signed
going to have to overpay
He said he's not going to
significantly.
the Magic.
But yeah, he ain't. I think Kobe wants to stay in Charlotte. So let's just say, for this argument's sake, Kobe, I don't think he's going anywhere. What other
it's a good
guards are really
fit.
out there?
Outside CJ, CJ's gonna probably be the top guard everybody's gonna try to get. After
I
that,
mean,
it's
I have
Anthony
I got a name.
Simons.
I got a name because I think he wants out of Sacramento. I mean, they could try to get a Malik Monk
Honestly, everybody need to get out
They
of
can try to get.
Sacramento.
They can try to get Zach LaVine.
or Levine, but really they don't have a lot of options.
That's
So
what that's why I'm like, if you're right by All Star break, I could see them making a move on Ben Carroll because he's not like Anthony Edwards, like top 10 caliber player and everything, but because he's hitting certain marks, he's demanded or eligible for certain maxes in the future. And if he's not the guy he's a great player, but if he's not going to be that player where he can mask the fact that you don't have a point guard or you need more shooting, then you got to trade him where he could get a lot for him back. So that's the only reason why I thought I asked the question.
either Ben Carroll or Franz got to go.
And crazy because they're a good duo. I just hate that Franz got hurt towards the end of the series. Maybe that would have helped with Game 6 because
It definitely would have helped with Game 6.
so
Definitely.
it sucks how it happened. But what's
That's
good
the
with
name
you,
of the game.
BT?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Just getting off work. I was letting y'all cook on the Denver segment. I wasn't even gonna say nothing. But shout out to Michael Malone. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? They wanted him gone. He left. UNC got him, and y'all see what the
Yeah.
consequences was by actions of getting rid of him. Y'all got a soft ass team. But yeah, that's it. Shout out Michael Malone, y'all.
hey, hey, BT. How underwhelming was this Lakers and Houston series, man? I just feel like that was just a waste of time, bro.
I'm just gonna keep it a band with you, man. Most of the games came on at 10. So I only really watched like game 6 and game 3. But yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to see Bron and KD. I wanted both teams to be at full strength so we can get the KD and Bron, you know, playoff matchup that we all wanted to get. But it's very underwhelming, dog.
Yeah, what T said when KD wasn't coming back games 3 and 4, I was like, I like y'all saw my rank corner I posted. I just pretty much checked out, man. I didn't even care that Houston won 2 games. It didn't matter or count to me because KD wasn't playing, like he wasn't involved. So at least we got that fire ass picture with both of them when they was checking each other. Like that's the one good thing we got out of this series. But outside of that, it was just like once KD went down, it kind of shifted back over to like, okay, the Lakers should win now because they got LeBron, Austin Reeves was coming back, and for what it's worth, Ayton was having a strong last 3 games. games 4, 5, 6, especially when he got ejected out. He had 19 before he got ejected. So, I mean, it was just underwhelming. It seemed like Houston just had a lot of issues. I saw the report that came out. It was like they still believe in this young core. They want this for like the young core for another 10 years. The KD fouls really
What is there to
didn't.
believe in?
This is coming out of Houston. This is not the streets. This is coming out of Houston.
So going is soft as hell. The nigga be flopping. He can score, but the nigga soft. He flops. Thompson need to get a jumper. He got everything you can want, but he need to get a jumper. Jabari Smith is inconsistent. Who else is that young core? Torrey Easton?
Yeah.
He a good defender, but he can't shoot. So like, what y'all want to do, bro? Like, y'all have no point guard in that young core. No
and that's what kind of killed me. They was like they try to act like Houston was like the third best team in the West when clearly they was fifth, and all year we see them tricked off games. So I don't know why the expectation was them to like really beat the Lakers when KD went out. Like, I'm still trying to figure that shit out. So, and honestly, if both teams were healthy, because I saw when they played those back-to-back games, I really felt like the Lakers got the edge because Houston probably has better defense, but how you gonna stop all that shot making between Luka and Reeves? And we know how Luka gets in the playoffs. So if Amen Thompson's not shooting threes, you playing in the Lakers' favor at that right there. But Brown hoop though, he definitely has some moments though.
Shout out my dog, man. 41 years old, nigga. Still out here cooking, bro.
But yeah, Sengun talking crazy was. I was like, man, just come on, man. This not you. This not you.
He was talking crazy.
This not you.
What was he actually saying to him? What was he actually
like
saying?
You know, like LeBron got to the foul line. He was like, that was like a soft ass call, and he's like, that's where Bron had that meme.
Because Bron was like, hey, anybody on your roster can say that, but you can't. Did this nigga like slide the N-word in there? Like, bro,
like, Bron don't be giving a fuck, bro. Bron don't be giving a fuck, man.
I was like, hold on, dog. But
Bron don't be giving a fuck, man. But shoot, speaking of having Lakers, any shot against this OKC Thunder, man?
Hell no.
Damn, especially with Luka.
This shit about to be a quickie, bro. I give him one game at best.
I forgot Luka not playing, so this looking real five-ish. Yeah, this looking real five-ish. Yeah,
that's at best.
That's what it, my bad. My bad. I kept forgetting. Like, yeah, Luka.
But J Dub is playing this series, right? Or was
he should, but like honestly, it don't matter, bro. It's not a good matchup for the Lakers because Oklahoma City, young, they strap up, they got more depth. They beat the shit out of Lakers.
They don't have nobody for Shea. They don't have nobody for Shea.
And they beat the shit out of Lakers every single time they matched up. They literally drugged the Lakers, bro. Luka, without Luka, I hope the Lakers can at least get one game, make it interesting. But it might be a sweep, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. If Oklahoma City is serious about repeating, they'll sweep the Lakers. Reason why, you want to rest your guys and get ready for the war that's coming in the Western Conference Finals. Because whether it's San Antonio or Minnesota, it's going to be a war. Because Minnesota has played Oklahoma City well this year. Yeah. Even though it was a 5-game series, like Game 4 was a really, really tight game. That could have easily been a 2-2 series going back to Oklahoma City last year.
And he's hunting this matchup. He's hunting. That's why I think he came back for this game one, like all round clock treatment, because he really wants this matchup against Wemby, and if he really gets through this matchup, he really wants that matchup against Shea. So, Anthony Edwards, he's really showing me something. He's really coming in this playoffs locked in.
He is.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's pretty much like when KD retires, it's going to be like my new favorite player versus like my favorite international player. So this shit getting kind of crazy, dog. But this could be really like future like series going forward in the like probably like next few years, like Minnesota, OKC, San Antonio. They got to see each other at a certain point if they want to make it to the Western Conference in the NBA Finals, bro. It's good for the league. I give you that. It's good for the league.
Oh man.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, we're taking a quick break in the episode to present an ad for Alpha Progression. If you're serious about building muscle and tired of the gimmicks, check out the Alpha Progression app. It's no BS, just science-backed training designed by real lifters and competitive bodybuilders. Alpha Progression has already been named the app of the day by Apple twice, and it's the top-rated fitness app in Germany, now making waves worldwide. What sets this app apart? First, the intuitive workout logger. It's powerful enough for seasoned lifters, but simple enough for beginners to jump right in. Then there's the AI-powered plan generator. It customizes workouts from scratch based on your goals and equipment, with over 1,000 trillion input combinations. Quality-wise, this app has workout plans that measure up to the best personal trainers in the world. And it doesn't stop there. Their progression algorithm gives you exact weight and rep suggestions based on your performance, so you're always improving and never plateauing. And right now, we got a special deal for you guys. For you all as Assassin4 podcast listeners, get 20% off your first payment using this following link: alphaprogression.com/savsin4. That's alphaprogression.com/savsin4. SAVSIN4. Train smarter, grow stronger. Download the Alpha Progression app today.
Like I said, even with Luca, it's a bad match. Luca's a liability. Reed's a liability. Oklahoma City can drive the bounce. They can get to the paint off the bounce. If you get to the paint off the bounce, it just puts so much stress on your defense. And we got Luca out there, Reed's. Brian Thompson guarded 41, but he's 41, so he's not guarding all the time. And then Smart's getting up there. Like, he still hustles, but he's not the same defender either. Vanderbilt is a bonehead. He'll get
And
in foul trouble.
And OKC just gonna defend better. Like
Yep.
they, especially at the attack of the ball, like they're gonna pressure the guards.
Yeah.
Like honestly, if Chet, it should be a sweep, but if Chet gets in his bag, then it's definitely it's like blowouts every game.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly what OKC's been waiting for. They just waiting for like a more consistent Chet. Like Chet start getting into like that 25 and 12 range. God bless.
But yeah, speaking of Minnesota and Spurs, like Anthony Edwards is good to go game one. Hopefully he can be. If Anthony Edwards can do or play at the level that Giannis did after his hyperextension in the finals, I think it'll be a good series, honestly, because Minnesota's a team that's just built for the playoffs. They're the one team every single year in the playoffs you don't want to see. They just really turn it up in the playoffs. They defend. They have size. They have length.
I think when the pace is slower, it's actually catering to their favor. Because yes, they can run, but when like now Rudy can actually set in the paint because it's not a lot of up and down, it's not a lot of transition. It's like fewer possessions, and then you have Jaden McDaniels. He's like an excellent defender and is athletic. So playing Minnesota in the half court, they're actually a better defensive team that people really don't talk about like that.
Yeah, for sure. They at least like the past 2 or 3 years they've shown that they can be a really good defensive team, especially in the playoffs. And along with some of the things that T mentioned around like just the size of their lineups, coaching matters as well. I mean, Chris Finch has shown that in critical moments in the playoffs that he can outcoach consistently, so yeah, I think that series might go 7.
I think it's just going to be interesting to see if Ant can dial it back as far as his scoring when he just saw what Jaden McDaniels did, and will they incorporate Terrence Shannon, because Terrence Shannon got something, bro. Like there's something there.
Yeah.
He do.
Yeah.
And if Io comes back at some point and give you something, then that's really going to be an interesting matchup, because Gobert, it's going to be interesting to see what type of coverage. I know they're going to play a little bit of drop, but how Wemby attacks Gobert and how that matchup plays out. Because Gobert, to his credit, actually did a good job versus Jokic this series. Like, that's the best he's ever guarded Jokic.
Yeah.
But this is a different beast.
Yeah.
this is a different beast.
I
And
think,
you don't think for
yeah.
one second that Wembanyama doesn't want to destroy his
Mm.
teammate from France because
Oh,
they
absolutely.
practice
Yeah.
all the time.
He wants to son him. Oh, he wants to
Yeah.
son him. I think the only thing Wemby has to make sure he don't do is fall in love with the jumper. Like, still try to attack the paint and don't try to settle for threes. I think this series gonna probably come down to that amazing Spurs guard rotation, man. Because what they did in that Portland series, especially when Wemby missed that game, like DJ Harper, if he was on another team, he'd be probably be another candidate for Rookie of the Year, or definitely have a lot more um, praise because the kid is good, man. And then you still got the Aaron Fox, who's still one of the best point guards in the league, and you got Dave boy Stephon Castle. I'm
Yeah.
just waiting for. I just wait for that leap. Cause I see it. I see it. I see it. It's like I don't know. It's gonna be next year or 2 years, but I see him about to take a crazy leap because the way he's become one of the better two-way players in this league is
Mhm.
he's really going. And then you got Keldon Johnson, 6 man of the year.
And then
So
also like Devin Vassell and Champagny, who's
yeah,
underrated 3-point shooter in the league. So yeah, they got it, man. They got it. And about that Castle leap. I mean, I think I said this back in one of our episodes, either before or after the draft. He reminds me a lot of what Kawhi was when he came into the league and the growth that he has, like as far as like a two-way player. Um, and I'm happy that he's able to, showcase a lot of his offensive talent because we knew the defense has always been there. The defense has always been there, but he's been, taking a leap, so far, in his career. So I think it's
yeah,
going to happen, like you said, in the next year or two.
yeah. Because and shout out to Portland. Denny and them. They put up a good fight. Scoot had
Yeah,
that one good game two, and everything, but it was just we just knew like regardless, it was both. Portland had more vets, and I know Spurs were the youthful team, but we just knew that it was just too much talent over there for them to lose to Portland like that. So I really think this matchup between the Wolves and the Spurs, I could definitely see it go 6-7 if Ant can stay healthy and be able to still be productive. Shit, man, this game one got out of hand, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sure
Yeah, the
Yeah,
did.
Knicks got fresher
yeah,
legs, and Philly coming off that game 7.
yeah. A
That
lot of
Yeah,
if they don't make a run, you just sit and beat and get ready for game 2.
exactly. Yeah, they kind of
yeah,
drained from that game 7.
emotionally and physically, yeah.
Yeah,
So. But yeah,
yeah,
man, I really still think that 'cause for y'all, we're watching this Knicks and Philly game one. I really think they got the roster to beat the Knicks. They actually kind of, to me, they actually got a lot of similarities to them. Now, I really think it's like two historic franchises. We really don't get to see this matchup a lot either. So I really think it's going to be a good series. I know this game one looking kind of ugly right now, but I think we really going to see a different Philly team game too. Once they like kind of settle down, they really get into the series because they probably still have a little hangover from beating Boston. 'Cause it was really just fresh like two days ago.
And game 1s are
yeah,
always fill out games anyway. So game 1s,
yeah,
you gotta take it with a grain of salt. Game 2 is when you really see the adjustments made and things
yeah.
like that. But I
Mm.
think it'll be a good series, man. And then the last series in the East, we got to talk about Cavs Raptors, and then also Detroit versus Cleveland. That matchup. Dave, man, y'all right there. It's tied at halftime, man. It just kind of fell apart.
Oh,
What'd you see from your Raptors, bro?
Yeah, I mean, so this series, I'll talk about the series and the seasons, but I'm based on what we had, like, I'm proud or happy that we were able to force, 7 games. I really thought that after, okay, the first 2 games and having in my mind that 2-1-1 theory of how, your best player gets you 2 wins in the series, your role player gets you one. And I think your coach, out coaches the other coach and gets you another one, or something like that. So I thought in this series that on both sides, like first two games, Mitchell and Harden got those two games. Like we weren't playing to our best effort. I think we were really adjusting to having like other players on our bench have to play more because we came into the playoffs with our starting point guard not available in Emmanuel Quickly. So Jamal Shed had to play a lot more minutes than what he's used to. And then also, just the inexperience that we have. I think Brandon Ingram and Scotty and RJ were the only ones that had playoff experience. I think Jakob Porto does too, but they have experience, but they don't have like none of those players have won a playoff series yet. So none of them know how to do it. So we came into it with a lack of experience. But I thought after game 3 and game 4, especially going into game 5, I thought we had a really good chance, especially in game 5. And just like, people tell me going back to 2019, if KD was healthy, Golden State would have won that championship over Toronto. I strongly believe in this series that if Brandon Ingram doesn't get hurt in game 5 and we have Emmanuel Quickly at some point during this series, we're the ones advancing. I know for sure, because if you go from game 3, if you look at what the tape from the start of game 3 up until halftime of game 7, we were dominating these dudes. We were dominating them. We gave the blueprint on how to beat Cleveland if it wasn't already out there. On how to beat, we gave Detroit the blueprint on how to even sweep Cleveland if they really want to. Because bro, Cleveland does not take care of the ball. If you apply pressure to Mitchell and Harden, they will not take care of the ball. There were like 3 games in this series after game 2 in which James Harden had more turnovers than assists. He had, if you look at his assist to turnover ratio, it is asinine, like how it looks. And you imagine how we apply pressure, and our main point of defense is Scotty Barnes and Jakob Porter's our rim protector, and we had guys that kind of just flying around. And shout out to Jacoby Walter, who stepped up and played some good minutes, especially in game 5 and in game 6 as well. So, and obviously, we need guys like RJ and Scotty hit big shots for us. But we were flying around. We were flying around doing what we do and scoring off of turnovers. That's what makes us successful. And we were doing that up until the halftime of game 7. But I tell you, before, when we had a 10-point lead in the second quarter and Cleveland was making a run at before halftime, I was like, and then at the start of the third quarter, and Cleveland was still making a run. It's like, yeah, it's kind of over for us. And then before you know it, we're down like 18 points in the fourth quarter. So, you can call it like running out of gas or just not being able to hit shots, or just maybe lack of experience. But we had it there. I think that if we were fully healthy, we would have won the series. But I think even with how we were, we still had a chance. And they were just Cleveland was just more aggressive than we were. I think something clicked in the third quarter with Donovan Mitchell. Maybe it was Dennis Schroeder holding him accountable for stuff that was going on defense or whatever. But I'm not too upset about it, because we met expectations for this season. I thought this team would either be a 6th seed, a 5th seed, or probably a play-in team. So that's what I wanted us to bring playoff basketball back to the 6. We did that. We forced the game 7. We gave ourselves an opportunity to advance to the next round, and we just came up short. But it's probably, as far as the NBA fan, or and the matchups for the second round, Cavs Pistons is probably a better matchup, to watch. We'll see if it ends up that way. But if you saw how we were defending, the Cavs, imagine how Detroit is going to defend them with Jalen Duren, Asar Thompson, and Kay Cunningham. Imagine how that's going to go.
I will say, I want to thank, and it's kind of messed up the new TV deal. 'Cause I know we miss TNT, but the fact that we was able to watch the Raptors on like Prime or on NBC, it really helped kind of highlight how much Scotty Barnes really developed into a star player in this league. Cause he had himself a series too, man. Like
Yeah.
he really developed. He out here hitting fadeaways and shit now. I was like, for people that don't have league pass like we do, it was like, yeah, we've been seeing Scotty like who. That's why he was like an all-star this year. But now it's like everybody was really get to see this display against the Cavs in this series for 7 games. I was like, yeah, he's definitely an up and coming rising star in this league too. So shout out to Scotty Barnes. Shout out to more exposure because we all know back in the day y'all be stuck on NBA TV.
Yeah, like what was it? Game 5 would have not have been on ESPN, probably.
Right. Exactly.
Game 6 would have been on NBA TV or
Exactly.
ESPN2 or something.
You already know. You already know.
Yeah, like fortunately, like Game 4 was on ESPN. I think Game 3 was on Prime, but it would have probably been on NBA TV that night. So yeah,
exactly. It would have.
Yeah, I mean, so it was, and Game 2 would have been on NBA TV. So yeah, it's good that people see some of the the talent that we have, especially with Scotty Barnes. Like Scotty Barnes is an underrated player, one of the, like you said, one of the rising stars in this league. And I think, like one thing in the back of my mind as far as like how we showed up in these playoffs was, for potential free agents to come to, Toronto and help us build something. But I know that people don't really want to come to Toronto because you have to pay USA and Canada tax. But, we're one of the, I feel like, we add pieces, especially, at the point guard position. And, maybe we add another big, and shout out to Colin Murray-Boyles, because Colin Murray-Boyles has really developed this season. I know back in the draft, it looked like he didn't really want to be in Toronto, and I slandered him for it. But he's been hooping. He's been hooping, especially in the playoffs. So I think we if we're able to just add some pieces, draft well, I think we could be a force in the Eastern Conference.
Shout out to y'all, man.
Toronto might have gave Detroit more bump than Cleveland. I just don't. Well, I'll say this: it depends on. We'll find out about how tough Cleveland is this series. They wanted Detroit. They said they wanted Detroit. Well, now you got them. Are you ready for that physicality? They struggle versus Toronto, like you said.
Yeah.
Detroit might be a little bit more physical. So we're gonna learn a lot about Cleveland. But honestly, I thought Toronto versus Detroit would have been a defensive battle, but it would have been a throwback to like early 2000s ball, like a straight grind out game.
And quickly would have been back for the series. We would have had him back.
And then you had Shed, going against K and Jenkins. So it's like, I think because James Harden, it's going to be interesting who's going to match up on K from Cleveland. Are they going to start off with what's his name?
You talking about from Cleveland or Detroit?
From Cleveland. Who's going to match up with K to start the game? Because they're not going to be harder on Mitchell.
Oh, you talking about Max Strus?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Because K's a 6'7" guard. He's not like a 6'3", 6'4". He's 6'7". So you gotta think of it a little bit differently when you trying to match up with him. Because we saw at times how Detroit, they was putting Banchero on him. They tried France on him. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know it sucks, but Suggs is a defensive guard. But they really had to put a wing on him in that Orlando series to kind of try to match up with him. It didn't matter. K was doing K thing.
Nah, I think K gonna get whatever he wants in this series. I wouldn't be surprised if he averaged more than what he did against Orlando.
Oh shit! But if Allen and Mobley can't handle Durant, then God bless.
It really took Allen to have a monster game, like 22 and 19 points, to beat us. And I don't think Evan Mobley has shown a lot of toughness yet. At least that's just in my opinion. I don't think so. I haven't seen a lot of him so far. He hasn't shown up like I thought he would. So if he's not able to do that against us, imagine, against the number 1 seed, a 60 win team. And I think Asar Thompson's probably going to guard him. So yeah, we'll see.
That matchup, whoever Asar Thompson, I'm definitely watching that. That's going to be some good bump right there. I can see him starting on Mitchell because he's like,
I can see that too. They might put him on Harden actually.
I think K gonna start on Harden.
Yeah, I think one of them. Yeah, K, Asar. I think K and Asar are gonna like be guarding those two guys. Yeah, for sure.
Cause you put Duncan on Harden, that's it.
No,
That's it.
cookies. Cookies. That's the only problem. See, that's the only problem with that lineup. He's the only liability on defense in their lineup.
He's a liability on fucking offense. He barely does his job on offense.
He like one of their best shooters though. Outside
Man, he this postseason Joe Harris, bro. Ain't worth a damn when it matters, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've seen that motherfucker miss a threat, and we all know he ain't gonna fight for you either. He gonna walk away. He ain't got no heart for it, bro.
I don't know. He told Desmond Bain, "Get your ass up."
And he still ain't do shit. You go against the nigga who you know whose wingspan ain't worth a damn, so you can duck it. He ain't low. Duncan Robinson ain't low, man.
Hey, real quick. Quick bull boxing, bro. Shout out David Benavidez. Shout out Inoue, bro. 2 pound for pound guys that had some good fights over the weekend. I know
Shout
we
out to
didn't really
them.
talk much about boxing, but we're all locked in the hoops. But there was a lot of good fights this past weekend and some good fights coming up. So shout out to Benavidez, bro. Canelo don't want to smoke with him. Shout out Inoue. And shout out my boy Errol Spence, bro, coming back soon, bro. He gonna beat Tim Sue in Australia in his trap. Shout out to the big fish, Errol Spence, bro. Comeback of the year coming up, man.
All right. Yes, sir.
Errol Spence still my guy. Everybody talk they back on Spence, but nah, Spence still my guy. People act like he got beat by a scrub. This man got beat by a pound for pound great.
Yeah, man. You know some. Hey, take a little break, man. Get your mind right. Get back in that ring. That's exactly what he's doing. So I respect it. Welcome back to the game.
Pound for pound great. And honestly, beat the argument, one of the best of all time.
Facts.
Yeah.
Make an argument with that.
But shoot, since we're doing shout outs, you know, I have to come on here rocking my John Wall shirt. Man, becoming president of operations over at Howard University, man. Hey, you know how Corey be talking about I have like dual citizenship in Charlotte and North Carolina and shit. That's how I feel about John Wall, man. He's always gonna be good in the area, man. Ever since we drafted him, he's always been putting on for the city. He's always been giving back and showing love, man. So happy he's taking this opportunity, man. I know it's a different HBCU, but I really hope like he really gets them boys rocking out there, man. It'd be good for the city to have a HBCU be good in basketball, since it's definitely a hot basketball head over in this area. So shout out to John Wall, man. Keep doing great things, man. You're doing a good job in the media space too.
Facts. I got a different agenda from Howard and John Wall though. They stay in the MEAC still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need the niggas to be central.
Yeah. I was thinking the same shit. I was thinking the same shit.
You know how you do. Come
on. Because I was like, yo, hold on, like we not in that conference anymore. So yeah, Howard be great. I was like, oh yeah, who else in that conference? Oh yeah, definitely be great, Howard. Be great. Yeah.
Man. Anything else, fellas? Before we wrap up?
Real quick, bro. Man, shout out to the boy Dre, 3 Stacks Travel, bro.
Yeah,
put together a great trip, bro.
Yeah, 3 Stacks Travel.
3 Stack Global.
One of the best itineraries for a trip. Best itineraries, bro.
Yeah, man. Come holla at me.
We're able to experience sports, culture, entertainment, history, everything, man. It was great.
I was living vicariously through y'all, man. Shout out to y'all, bro. I love that shit for y'all, niggas.
3 Stacks Global Travel, man. Look me up, man. I'm definitely going to get this content, get this page popping soon, but you can always reach me at email. I'm going to drop the email on this episode so y'all can tap in, man. I'm here for everybody's travel needs, man. Just look me up. I'm going to get you to your destination, you feel me? But happy the bros had a good time, man. You know, I feel like it's time to make my passion into some monetary gain. So, you know, definitely going to get this happen for whole crew trip coming soon, man. We're going to line that up, man. Always good time. We're going to give y'all the content. We're going to give y'all the laughs. But, hey, man, we always need some R&R sometimes, man. So happy. I feel charged up for these playoffs, man. Shoot, we got Doomsday. We got Doomsday this Sunday. It's the NBA lottery Sunday.
Oh God.
Oh wow,
Man, you already know I'm trying. You already know I'm trying to see what's going to happen, bro.
I was
On
3
Mother's
p.m.
Day. Oh,
Mother's
Silver, you're an
Day.
evil nigga, bro.
hey, what?
You're an evil nigga, Adam Silver.
Hey, I hate to say it, depending on how that joint goes, that second half of Mother's Day is gonna be real iffy, cuz. That second half gonna be
Look,
real iffy, cuz.
do what you can with your mothers early in the day, bro. Because Adam Silver will find a way to ruin our afternoon, bro.
But see, CT, I learned. I set my expectations. I'm already starting at 5. So anything higher than that, I take the dub. Because I know the number one, because we still got number one pick odds, right? Or who got number
Yeah.
one pick?
I
Yeah,
think the top 3 teams get the number one, same odds for number 1.
No, I'm just saying who's slated at number 1 though? Like worst worker, it's us, right?
I think it's either y'all or Sacramento.
I think it is second. I think we are at 2. I think we are at 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna be at 6 or 5 or 6, bro. They're gonna do some bullshit. The Mavs gonna get the number 2 pick or some dumb shit.
That is crazy, man. Number 2 pick.
Pace.
Oh man.
They're gonna hold the Pacers because they know they ain't trying to give them a good player with Tyrese Halliburton for next year. With Kings, fuck no. They gonna make sure y'all drop like shit. I say this out, but I see Caleb Wilson in Sacramento in the future, and I hate it for that boy. I hate it for that boy.
Yikes!
Hate it for him.
Yikes!
Him or Darius Acuff is going to Sacramento. I said it here first. One of those two going to Sacramento. It's going to be tough for the boys.
Darius Acuff to Sacramento actually makes sense. I can see that happening.
One of those two. Let's see. The Hawks are banking on the Pelicans pick. That joint going to be at number 5. Probably I don't know where that joint's slated at now. It's probably going to be where it's supposed to be at. Ain't going to be a top 3 pick. Who was in this lottery? Okay, see, still in this lottery?
Oh yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to get hold. We getting hold. We getting hold, bro. If just keep me in the range from AJ to Darius, I'll be okay. Cause we can flip Darius, but just keep me in the AJ to Darius range. I'm good. Just put me at 5. Just put me at 5. Anything higher than that, we move. We fucking move.
But Dre, you were talking about R&R, which was something that was much needed. I want to encourage the people out there to, instead of focusing on high-profile couples, focus on these couples. Focus on rest and relaxation. Focus on health and wellness. Focus on fruits and vegetables. Focus on soap and water. Just focus on some of those relationships, and life will be better. That's what I want to say. That's it. I think it's important to focus on those relationships other than some
I'll
other
add one.
Oh shit.
A dumbbell and a good diet.
That's a good couple to focus on too.
Hell yeah. I'm down with that one for sure.
Yeah.
But shoot, man, what do we tell these people, Dave?
Yeah, man, make sure you subscribe to the pod, man. Like, share, subscribe. If you like this episode, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, watching our YouTube channel. Make sure you catch up on all of our videos, all the rant corners, all the special things that we have on our channel. We are on every platform, any platform that you get your podcast. Make sure you check us out on social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok. We kind of loading up. We kind of ramping up there as well. So make sure you tap into us on all of the platforms, both, of the podcast streaming and social media. Or more content is on the way. As you can see, we are very locked in to basketball, but we are getting very close to the summer. We're getting very close to other things. There are other things that are happening. T mentioned, boxing. There's Gonna be, fights that are happening. Obviously, the World Cup is this summer.
Yeah.
We're gonna have something special about that, and along with other things. I mean, Carolina Hurricanes look good in hockey right now, so we might be fucking around and talking about that if they're able to bring a chip. This is actually the 20th anniversary of them winning the first one back in 2006. So it'll be very special if they're able to bring the Stanley Cup back to Carolina. So yeah, a lot of great things happening in the sports world. More content will be coming from us. Stay locked in to Assassin 4.
Yes, sir. And with that, shout out to my boy D, that's the I Square Day. Shout out to Fayetteville's finest BT. Shout out to my boy T down in Charlotte. It's your boy Dre from PG. It's Assassin 4. We out.